it is not anything for you.
Because if you try to make decisions whilst you're desperate, matters of the self that people face on a daily basis, right? It's always about the negative, what is not working at the moment. The list of excuses that people will come up when they hear the word solitude.
Wagwan, welcome back, my Resilience Nation, to another episode of the Resilience Hub. I trust and hope that my last video that speaks on getting in alignment with your goals was truly helpful. And if it was helpful indeed, all I'm asking is for you to like, share, and to also leave a comment. I want to know how my work is impacting your life. So, moving along. In today's video now, I want to speak on the idea versus the process of success. This is something that I've realized is most people celebrate success, and that is okay. Everybody wants to be successful and everybody should celebrate their success. However, I realize that more emphasis is placed on the idea of success instead of focusing on the process that it takes to achieve or attain such success. When we look on the idea of success, it seems clean, it seems fun. That's where you get the spotlight. Everybody is proud of you. You have the cars, you have the houses, you have the money, you have the life that you always want to live, and you're experiencing the different types of experiences that you want. But almost nobody talks about the process. The process is the messy part of the success, the part that is behind the scene, the part where you have to get up early in the mornings, and not just get up early in the morning, but get up when you don't want to get up, but you do it nevertheless because that is what you have to do in order to achieve the success or the idea of what success is in that moment. Nobody talks about the failures that you experience. So many times you try to do a certain things, and over you fail at it. Nobody talks about the discipline that the process requires, because in order for you to get a certain goal or to achieve that success or the idea of the success, discipline is a must. It has to be a part of the equation, because that's where you're going to you're going to have to do what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. The process, as I said, the process is the dirty part of success. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to just enjoy the finish line. Nobody wants to experience the endurance that it takes, the resilience. See, it comes up again. The resilience that you have to have, because difficulties, setbacks will present itself during the process. And this is where you're going to build character. Because without these, success would be boring, success would be meaningless. And to be truthful, what I've observed, success is not even the happy part, it's really the process. Because when you are at the top and you look back, you are not focusing on the present. Yes, the present is there, you have what you need, you get the success, but you're going to look back on all that it takes, or all that it took for you to get where you are. The discipline, the learning new things, retraining your mind, programming your mind for a certain outcome. All of these things adds to the process. What I realize is, you see, success. success is a mindset. It's not just a specific location or place to be. It is a mindset that you have to adopt every single day in the process. You're not just going to start out at something and be good at it. And even if you do start out at something and you're good at it, you're still going to make mistakes along the way. You're still going to learn during the process. Like, for example, myself, I remember, this YouTube idea about having a channel. It was just an idea for me. If you go back to my very, very first video, and I'm talking about what I want to do, the lives I want to touch, the people I want to help to develop themselves and become the best version of themselves, and how I'm going to share my stories. All of that is the idea. But truthfully, there are many times I don't know what type of video to produce. I don't know what to talk about. And even if I do have something to talk about, I struggle wondering if I'm saying the right things, if I'm delivering it the way it should be delivered, and if people are even listening. And that's fine. That is fine. That is a part of the process, because I am not good at this, but I have an idea of what I want. I want to have thousands of subscribers. I want to be doing a podcast where I have successful people on the channel, and where we're exploring ideas and they're sharing their experiences. But I know that in order for it in order for my channel to be there, I have to go through the process of learning to speak properly, understand what I am speaking about, and learning to articulate my thoughts so that you, the viewers, can understand what I am saying and relate to it. So every single thing, every single thing around us was once an idea, but it has to go through a process. The mic that I am speaking on was an idea, and it would not be here if it did not go through the process, right? Take a seed, for example. We have a orange seed and we have an orange here. But in order for the orange to be here, it comes from a seed. And the seed must go through a process known as germination. And germination takes place when water gets in contact with the seed and the seed coat opens, then the root springs and goes down, and then the stem or leaves goes up, and it turns into a tree, then the tree blossom, and then fruits are beared afterwards. So I'm using that analogy to bring out the point that process is in everything. There's no such thing as an idea by itself. If there's only an idea by itself, that is only fantasy, that is only dream world. If you sit down and you go back when you're in probably elementary school or basic school, and someone would ask you, what do you want to become when you grow up? Some of you would have said, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a lawyer, doctor, soldier, police, whatever the case may be. But as you grow, you begin to understand that there's a process that you have to go through in order to make that idea of success become a reality. Take, for example, someone who is 350 pounds. They have an idea of an ideal physique that they want to achieve. They want to be 170 pounds, muscular, and lean. That's all beautiful and well, to understand that you have an image of what you want to achieve. But what is the process that you're going to undergo in order to achieve such a physique? For one, there's definitely going to be a shift in your mindset. Shift in the mindset in the sense that your current diet that you're on, it is going to have to change drastically. Good. Certain things that you used to eat, you're going to have to stop. Cut off the sugar, the excessive salt, certain fatty foods, unhealthy fatty foods, you're going to have to cut that out completely. Another thing, you definitely need to be on a workout plan. So either it's going to be 4 days for the week, 5 days for the week, and cardio and strength training is going to be a part of that. You're going to need to intake a lot more water, less juice, and you're going to have to be consistent and disciplined where this is concerned. That is exactly what I'm talking about. The idea is looking really good, but the process is not going to be easy, because to get up out of your bed at 350 pounds, saying that you have to work out every single day or at least 5 days for the week, it's not easy. I get up every morning for 4 days, 1 hour before I get up for work, and I have to push myself to get out of bed to go and exercise. Why do I do this? Is it because I love it? No, sometimes I wish I could lie down in bed for another hour or two and get some more rest. But I have an idea in my mind of what I want my body to look like, as well as I want my fitness to be up. So I get up in the mornings at 6 o'clock and I go and exercise for 1 hour. After exercise, I come and I have a cold shower and I meditate. So I do all of that in preparation for the idea of what I have as success. So in ending, I want you to understand that the world is focusing on the idea of success, the image of success. But I want you to focus on becoming through the process. I want you to understand that transformation takes place during the process. And that is where the real success is. So do not focus on the image or the idea of what success is. Focus on the transformation that you need to undergo in order to achieve the success or the idea of success. Once again, thank you very much for returning back to the Resilience Hub, and I hope this video will broaden your understanding when we talk about the idea and the process. And as usual, I want you to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me if my presentation definitely add value to your life. And if you want me to speak on something, you can just share it in the comments. All right? And as usual, bless up yourself.
This is the Resilience Hub.